So I slept well last night at the hotel in Lawrence, and this morning I realized I had to go through Kansas City during rush hour. It's 7:30 right now, and I was kind of worried about going through the city in rush hour. And I got here and I found this. There's no traffic. I couldn't figure out what was going on. Then I realized, duh, this is Saturday. I lucked out here. It looks like I'm going to go right through Kansas City without any issues. Tiny house prepper. Elizabeth and I used to live in Virginia many years ago. And down there they had a fast food restaurant that we really enjoyed. It was called Fazoli's, and we used to go there a lot. They don't have anything like that where we live, and as far as I know, nobody in our area has even heard of it. But it's actually Italian fast food, but they don't call it that. They call it Italian food fast. So I'm just on the outskirts of St. Louis, and I saw this Fazoli's, so I turned right in because I haven't done this in years, so I'm going to enjoy this. You just go up to the counter and order it, and then they bring it out to you in a couple of minutes. This is the fettuccine with meat sauce, and then it comes with really excellent breadsticks. The breadsticks are unlimited. They bring them around every once in a while. You can get more if you want. It's not the best spaghetti that I've ever tasted, but it's really good. And it's so fast and easy. And compare this to a hamburger, yeah, I'll take this every time. Serve yourself drinks. Wonderful place. I wish we had one around my house. This is a beautiful roadside rest area in Illinois. I'm tired of driving. I would much rather just sit here for a couple of hours and read a book. But Kevin and Heather are expecting me this evening, and I'm already running later than I expected. So I guess I have to just keep on driving. But what a beautiful place. Picnic tables and pavilions and tall trees and mowed lawn. Love this place. Well, here I am. I've arrived for the evening in Dayton, Ohio, at the home of Kevin and Heather from the Go and Batty channel. And it's good to be here. I stopped here on the way out, and now I'm stopping here on the way back. And I'm tired. I had another 650-mile day today. That's 2 days in a row like that. And I'm ready for a break. So it's good to be here. What is that?
Manicotti.
Manicotti.
I have my bib on. You caught me with my bib on.
This is manicotti, and it looks wonderful. And Heather, of course, outdid herself again, didn't you?
Thank
Or do you eat like this all the time?
Well, this is one of the freezer meals that I made up. So
Oh, okay. Well,
This is food we eat when Bill Keller comes.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're special. So
When Tiny House Prepper's in the house, this is how we eat.
yeah. Well, I'm certainly going to enjoy it. Thank you, guys. So I'm discovering that I'm still learning how to do travel vlogs. I'm not very good at it yet. I seem to get up every morning, go through my morning routine, hit the road, especially if I have a lot of hours, a lot of miles to go. And then I'm driving down on the road, and all of a sudden I realize, oh, I forgot to turn on the camera again. That happened this morning. I had a wonderful time last night with Kevin and Heather. You know, I met them about a year ago, I think it was, at the Big Family Homestead meetup. And he's also their Thrive consultant, so I have talked to them occasionally on the phone over the past year. But just to be able to sit down with them face to face and get to really know them a little bit better, they're really wonderful people, and we really enjoyed the evening together. And I got up this morning and Heather gave me wonderful homemade cinnamon buns and coffee, and it's good stuff. So I'm on my last day, headed home. I'll see Elizabeth this evening. I'm very excited about that. And this is Sunday morning, and the interstates around Dayton are almost completely empty because it's still at 7 o'clock Sunday morning. So I'll take the quiet roads anytime. You know, as I drive here through Columbus and through the rest of Ohio, and I think back on the trip that I've just made, the incredible trip from coast to coast, and I think about the vast diversity of our nation, it's absolutely amazing. I mean, you know, from the flat green here of the Midwest to the beauty of the Colorado Rocky Mountains and the town of Frisco here, and the BLM land that I stayed on north of Grand Junction, Colorado. And a sunrise in Utah. And the incredible canyonlands and mountains in Utah. And in Arizona. And the unbelievable hot and desolate desert of Southern California. And I think of all of that, and then I think, and here I am back in lush green East again. It's absolutely amazing. And as I reflect on the incredible physical beauty and diversity of our country that you can't experience unless you do a coast-to-coast trip like I did and back again. But as I reflect on all of that diversity, I also remember the people that I met along the way. You know, in this huge nation, 3,000 miles across, we are truly one people. We are truly one culture. We are truly in unity. You know, when I was in the Army, I spent 3 years in Germany. And over there in Europe, every nation has a different language. Every nation has a different culture. And most of those countries are more or less the same size as one U.S. state. So if you drive a couple hundred miles in any given direction, you'll be somewhere where they speak differently. They have different cultures, different ideas about things. And you know, there are a few places in this country where everybody talks a little bit different, but that's all right, we're still one. And as I went across this nation, at least from where I live in the Northeast, all the way to California and back, there was no difference. There was no accent. Everybody sounded exactly the same to me. And, you know, even though our country right now is being torn apart by differences, and it just makes my heart grieve when I hear that. But as I drive across the nation, I see that we have more in common than we do differences. We have more in unity than anything that pulls us apart. And when I talk to somebody from New York State, or from Ohio, or from Colorado, or from California, you can't even tell where they're from unless you ask them. I mean, that's how much our culture is the same all the way across. And you know, it just grieves me to see the turmoil, and I just pray that we can pull together in the unity and see the sameness, not the differences. That's my prayer for this nation. And also, of course, that we have a great revival and turn back to Jesus, which was our roots. Another long day and I'm almost home. I'm so excited to see Elizabeth. It's been 2 weeks. I left on a Monday morning and this is now a Sunday evening, so it has been exactly 14 days and I've been driving every single day. So it's going to be so good to be home and to see her.
Hi.
Hi, precious.
Hi.
Hi, precious. Oh, I love you. I miss you.
Oh, good to see you. Oh, goodness. Yes.
The only thing we are keeping from this load is the china cabinet. Everything else is going to go up to Dana's house in Maine. So while I'm here, I need to unload the china cabinet and then load everything back in again to take it up to Maine for Dana. As I'm unloading this from my California trip, this is the top half of the china cabinet. I have about 1/4 of an inch to spare right there. Not even that. If I hadn't gotten the tall one, I never would have been able to do this. I would have had to lay it down on its side, and then when you have glass laying on its side, you hit a bump and it'll break. Safest way to carry glass is upright. So if I didn't have this tall one, this tall cap on the back, I would not have been able to do this load. So now that I got our big piece of furniture unloaded out of here, I got to load all the boxes back in so we can take it up to Maine. All right, it's done. Ready to go to Maine. There you go, dear. What do you think?
That is gonna work. That's really cool. And it got here in beautiful shape, hon.
Yep. There's actually a light inside of here to light up the inside.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, this has been in my mom's house for a long time. Wow. So we were able to get my mom's china cabinet in here. I think it's going to work. When we rearrange things a little bit in the middle of the room, I think we'll be able to put it up against the wall without any trouble. But this is going to work fine here. We had a really tall deep freeze standing here before, and discovered we really didn't have much use for it anymore. That's not how we store food. So we actually decided to give that away, which we did. And so now I've got this in place here. This has been in my mom's house for a long time. So this is an heirloom from my mom. And we're going to show you over here. This one here, we've had out here, of course, ever since we moved in. And inherited this from Bill's mom, actually from Grammy. This was Bill's grandmother's china cabinet. So it's kind of neat that we were able to put these two pieces out here in the sunroom. And just kind of hang on to them for posterity, for future generations. So I'm glad everything got here safe and sound. And that'll be a nice amount of storage area also. Good.
So I got all this stuff unloaded, got it in here. This is actually the only thing from the load from her mom that we are taking is the
China cabinet.
china cabinet, and everything else is going up to Maine to Sister Dana.
Yep.
So I unloaded this, and now we have to go to Maine, and that'll be the next video. That'll be the final trip video.
Yeah. Yep.
So
All right.
so good to be home again.
Yes, it is. I'm good to have him home. Yes.
And thanks for coming along. Thanks for the journey, for watching the journey,
Yep.
and like the video and all that stuff.
Yep.
Thank you very much for watching.
Bless you guys. Love you.
Bless you. We'll see you next time.